All right. Well, hi. How are you doing? We're here. That's how the show's starting this year. Just straight. Just kidding. This is Whiskey Happens, our YouTube channel. I'm Garrett. That's Travis. Happy New Year. We're back after a long hiatus. Travis, how was your holiday?
Oh man, it was really good. It was good to have some time off and spend time with the family, drink some really good bourbon, yada, yada, yada. But I mean, I feel like we haven't done this in a long time. So it's kind of crazy. And I'm glad to finally be back. But how was your holiday? You did a little traveling?
Yeah, I did some traveling. I think I'm sick, and I probably will be going to urgent care once we're done
Okay.
because my stomach hasn't been right. Now my ears messing up, and I'm just getting old. Got a lot of high mileage on me, and it's not like it used to be. Other than that, great. I didn't have as much bourbon as I would like to. Definitely not while I was traveling. I did almost finish a bottle of early times, though. Big surprise there.
Yeah.
Um, and some Willet pot still.
Oh
That was
God, no.
the people's favorite.
No, no.
But for this episode, we're back to round out the end of 2022 with our best of 2022 bourbons, ryes, whiskeys all around that we purchased last year.
Yep.
This list is just based on things that we personally got. Yes, there are better whiskeys out there. However, we're just going off the things we actually acquired, not necessarily things we just tasted.
Correct.
So, with that being said, don't be alarmed if we don't mention your favorite one. We just didn't get it.
But
Uh,
if we don't mention your favorite one, tell us below in the comments. Let us know what we might have missed out on because maybe we had it and we can debate on why we didn't put it in the list, or maybe we've never had it and you guys could be generous and send us a handshake of it and we can try it and maybe it will be one of our favorites this year.
yeah, if you're feeling generous, get at us on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm game for that. But before we get into the best of 2022, Travis, I got to ask, what is your number one thing that you're looking forward to in 2023? Do you already have a release on your mind?
Mm. Not a release that's coming in 2023, but a bottle that will drop in Texas in 2023. And that is the Booker's 2204. That still has not hit Texas. That I've got 1, 2, 3, and I need 4. It'll be the first year I've ever completed the entire set. And anyone out there that knows where I can get one that's not even in Texas, let me know again. I would be more than happy to talk with you about how I could grab that bottle because I just want to do it. I think it's just something fun. Like I've never done it before, and it's not like I can get the whole BTAC lineup. So this is about as close as I can get to something, with a run like that. So that's what. But how about you?
Well, you're in already in the ballpark that I was going to. Booker's 2303. So far, for the
Okay.
last 2 years, the '03 seems to be the one I'm really sticking to. I had 2202 this year, and it was just okay. I didn't think it was great. I know a lot of other people think it's great, so I'm not even trying to go back and forth with who, whatever. You have your preferences, I have mine. So far, it's been the '03s. Um,
Yeah.
so blanketly saying, I'm looking forward to Booker's '03 23.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, you're right. It was the best so far. 2, actually, I went back to and it was really good. Better than 1. So it seems like it creeps up and gets better, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
mean,
said, haven't tasted 4 yet, so don't know.
not gonna lie, I had '01 and I was like, I'm not buying them this year.
Mhm.
Like that's why I didn't get a bottle until you got the '03.
Yeah.
And then you made me spend money I didn't want to spend. But I'm glad I did, as you
Yeah.
guys will see as when we get into this list.
Well, let's get into this list.
All right, so I think we set up a couple of parameters. These are bottles that we personally acquired, either Travis or myself. Some were distillery only, so limited exposure, for people, as well as what else? I'll give you the proof, MSRP. of
Yep.
what it should cost, but I assume some of these were 2020 only releases. All right, let's get in this list. I'm just gonna bring it up for the first time in my life. In no particular order, I'll just start with Woodford Reserve Toasted Oat Grain. This one was a distillery only release. Travis, myself, and our friend Daniel happened to be in Kentucky that weekend. Oh,
So
picking up the new riff, right?
yes,
And I believe we had just done an episode talking about how this was going to drop, but we had no indication of like it was going to
win.
be that weekend.
Yeah.
Went there, got in line. I think we were like third, fourth people in line,
Yeah.
and scored a couple of bottles, and it proved to be worth our time. Um,
It is tasty. It
yeah,
is just, it is a shame that it only comes in a 375 and that you'll never get it again. It's not like they're going to do it again. I wish they would because, but you know what? To say that, actually, no, because Woodford has been putting out some bangers recently, this year, especially this year, more so than years past. Their special releases have been awesome. And so I'm excited for them. That maybe they're branching out a little bit. Maybe we will see in the future a little bit more diversity and more them getting outside of their comfort zone a little bit more and mass producing this stuff. So that'd be awesome. Next on the list, this is a surprise. I think for a lot of people, might not be. I think it's hitting a lot of people's radar right now, and that's Redwood Empire Rocket Top, another rye, and it's phenomenal. 100 proof, coming in at about $70 MSRP, but it is not a normal rye. It's really great juice. To be honest with you, Redwood Empire is doing a lot of really good things. They've got a lot of cast strength, and cast strength has been out for like 3 or 4 months, but just hit Texas. Like all of a sudden, I'm seeing all the stores getting the cast strengths, and I'm going to try to go out and grab a bottle or two. But yeah, it was phenomenal. Like I really enjoyed it. Garrett, have you tried that one yet? I can't remember if you were here and
yeah.
I had you try it.
I tried it. It wasn't necessarily my cup of jam. However, it did inspire me to try their Burr Rye or Lost Monarch, which I do enjoy. So 100% rye, maybe not for me. Again, I'm not a rye guy. I just find surprisingly interested in some ryes.
Yeah,
But the brand as a whole, I do agree with you. I think they're up and coming and doing well.
I agree. They're doing some cool stuff. Well, this next brand is definitely not an up and comer. It has definitely been around forever. And it actually surprised me because I am not a huge fan. Don't come for me in the comments normally. And that's Old Forester. I like it. I don't love Old Forester, but this one, Old Forester King Ranch, I'm actually drinking it right now. It is so good. Texas only. Sounds like a shameless plug for Texas, but it is just good. I don't know how to describe it. It's got more caramel than normal Old Forester. It's a tad bit sweeter, but it still has that bite at the end that Old Forester gives you with most of their bourbons. This one is coming in at about 105 proof, and once again, about $70. I think nowadays to find most bourbon, and I'm not saying good bourbon, I'm just saying most bourbon now is getting anywhere between $50 and $70. It seems like everything that I'm seeing recently. Well, the next time you're down my way, I'm going to definitely get you to taste this because I think you'll like it too. It's kind of
Oh
up
no,
your alley.
the old ranch. I mean, the King Ranch. I had it in our Friendsgiving blind.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah, I am a. I didn't know I would be a fan of the mesquite charcoal finish, but in a blind, I mean that's the best part about blinds.
It
That
is.
on the surface, I would have never tried the King Ranch, ever. But give it to me in a blind. Turns out I like it.
That's awesome. All right, what you got next?
We have High West Midwinter's Night Dram. This is what I get for reading. Act 10. This one I actually didn't have. I had the Encore,
Yeah.
which I thought was tasty. I didn't really see that on many people's lists this year. And again, I say that because it's January. I looked at people's lists. I didn't build my list based on other people's lists, but let's just be real. I've seen them most of them.
Yeah.
The Advocate, not a fan of you.
Well, I had to put this on the list because I've had now 8, 9, and 10, all those acts, and I've had different scenes within all of those. And 9 was not, to me, was not, it was average. 9 was average. I don't think I'd buy another bottle of that. 8 has always been one of my favorites, but 10, I didn't realize how much I liked it until the other day when I looked at the bottle and it's half gone, and the
Mhm.
other ones are still like 3/4 of the way, like still have 3/4 left. And I'm just like, wait a minute. I've only had this for a few months. I obviously really like this. And so I went back to it, tasted it. It's just good. And it's sad because once again, it's limited. They don't make it but once a year. It's super hard to get normally. And the price point's high. I mean, you're looking at $150, $160. So, and that's if you get it at MSRP. You're going to most likely not pay MSRP, but I like it. For that price point, I'll buy it all the time.
Fair.
Yep.
I guess I would be interested to try Act 10. The Encore was a delight, like I said, but I haven't gotten into it yet.
Yeah.
Moving right along, Elijah Craig B Batch 22,
Ooh.
114 proof and $100, 99 is what I paid for it. It should retail for 70, but um, it's my favorite of the year. A was not like not a fan, not a fan. I'm not sure. I didn't really see many people review it or anything like that, so I don't really know what the temperature is for it. C Lot I have not opened yet, so the C Lot could be just as tasty, but for me, for sure, I had to make sure that Elijah Craig was represented on this list because I think every year I have a favorite. I believe it at C Lot last year or 21.
Yeah.
This is next one's a younger beauty. You want to tell me about it?
Oh yeah, Smoke Wagon Uncut the Younger. So this one was a surprise for both Garrett and I. Both of us, there's nothing wrong with Smoke Wagon. We both drink Smoke Wagon. I've got a ton of Smoke Wagon up there. Never been a huge fan of the small batch or the uncut. I thought they were good, but I didn't think they were like things that I would sit there and go, oh wow, like this is amazing. But this year, Uncut the Younger and the 2 ryes they dropped have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Aaron at Smoke Wagon is bringing it in, and once again though, but see, that's the thing with Smoke Wagon, and if you guys don't know, every batch is different. Every bottle is labeled, a different batch, and so you could get a really good batch, you get a really bad batch, and I love that. I think that's awesome how they label all the bottles and tell you, when they come out, the date, the dump date, and everything, and it just kind of goes to show that those more craft distilleries are doing some really great stuff.
Yeah, the thing that I appreciate about this is that I actually do not enjoy uncut unfiltered. It's
Mm-hmm.
too heavy, if you will, for me. However, this younger, I can't remember if we opened this. I know we got it in Kentucky, but I can't remember if we opened it there, opened it when we got back, and I was just shocked.
Yeah.
And I have revisited quite often, actually. Like I have there's definitely more gone out of the younger bottle than the uncut unfiltered. Um, not playing favorites, just the way it happens.
It
Um,
is.
so yeah, definitely unexpected favorite.
Well, and then our next one, go ahead and tell the people what we're playing at home with, is
Russell's 13.
Yeah.
$100 MSRP. is not. I know in our episode we did prefer the 10-year to the 13-year. However, the 10-year, it's not a 2022 release. It's just a regular staple. We're talking about 2022 releases.
Mhm.
Therefore, this is why it makes a list. It's still good juice. Like there's
It is.
nothing wrong with it. Um, I will get whatever batch number on batch 4. Like whenever that drops, I will try and get it.
Yeah,
Classic turkey notes, like you're drinking a wild turkey product.
very true.
Uh, as you guys know, if you've been following the channel for a while, I'm a 101 fan through and through. And not to say they're comparable, but just drinking the higher proof wild turkey, I do enjoy.
Yeah, completely agree. I think their first batch was my favorite still overall out of all of them, out of the two so far that they've dropped. But this one was very good. It's like you said, you can't go wrong with it. If you can get an MSRP, it's a no-brainer. But next, second one on our list, it's kind of funny. Woodford. It's almost like we work for them. We're trying to plug them. We're not. But Woodford batch proof 118.4. It was so good that I went and worked and tried to find people that had the other ones to try the other ones. And I actually got a bottle of the 120. I think it's 128 proof. Hold on. Yeah, 128 proof, which was 2 batches ago.
Mm-hmm.
It knocks your sock off. At 118 proof, it doesn't drink hot. It's just smooth. It's buttery. I can't say enough about it. It's probably one of my top 3 this year. If I just pick just 3, it's in my top 3.
Wowee.
Yeah,
Look at you.
it is. It's phenomenal.
Well, then one that's always going to be in the top, I guess, 2 years going now.
Yeah.
This is the Booker's 2203 Kentucky Tea batch, coming at 126 proof, 99 MSRP where I am. I know it goes for more than that depending on where you are located, but hopefully you can find it less than 120. I think it's worth it at 120.
It is.
I don't think I've said that about many of the other picks we have. Like if you don't get Russell 13 at MSRP, don't buy it. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Trying to even that out.
that's true.
Like I was saying earlier, this is one of the first ones I purchased this year. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not have my bottle because I couldn't wait to open it. So I have it parted out in my Agent or traveling whiskey storage glasses.
There you go.
And that's how I have to enjoy my 2203 because I have no bottle.
It's a shame.
Which is, sad, but whatever. I got it home.
Well, we only got one spot left, and it's a good one. It's a banger. It's one that I will be really sad when I finish the bottle here, and I don't have much left, to be honest with you. And that's that Chattanooga. That's that Chattanooga Founders, and it is 100 proof, $60. How can you beat that? You just can't. Like, I'm sorry. An anniversary. I don't know if it's not 10 years, but it's their 10th anniversary. It's their blended. Right. It's their blended for their 10th anniversary. They knocked it out the park. If you have had this, you know what we're talking about. If you haven't, I'm sorry. I'm sure. I don't know if you can find it, to be honest with you. I literally was going to pay someone to drive 3 or 4 hours from Virginia that I had to Chattanooga and get me a couple bottles at their store because it was the last place that had it, but it just didn't pan out. But it is phenomenal.
Wow. I mean, no, I agree. It is phenomenal. And I really got to thank my sister because if I hadn't gone into town to go to her graduation, I would have never been near that specs when it dropped. And it is truly the most surprising purchase of 2022. Or unassuming. I shouldn't say surprising. Unassuming purchase. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They dropped the 10-year. Let's get this. or a 10-year
Yep.
anniversary. Let's go for it. And Chattanooga, I just want to thank you guys. Great blending, craftsmanship, whatever you call it. Blendsmanship. There we go. There's a new word.
Yep, I like it. But
That's
Chattanooga's putting out good stuff. Gotta love that Tennessee whiskey sometimes.
yeah, by way of Indiana, perhaps. But that's going to do it. That's our best of 2022. Looking forward to 2023. I think we'll probably have a video coming out soon talking about what we're looking forward to for 2023.
Yep.
But until then, doesn't matter if you like a neat, on the rocks, or a Coke. Whiskey happens. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.